Hey traders, Raghee here, and in this update, here's a reality. You win some and you lose some. And the idea is when you win, to really milk it. And when you lose, when the trade doesn't go in your favor, have a stop that's not going to undo your wins. So today, for example, I went 1 for 2, right? 2 trades set up during the morning session where I'm day trading most actively, and one stopped me out and one kept going. So you know what? I'll save the winner for last. Let's talk about the one where I got stopped out. I think it's really important where being on this side of the mic, I talk about losses because they're part of trading, right? And the loss today was gold. Gold was the reason for the entry was we had an uptrend that was in focus, double green uptrend, nice green grab candles, and this was a simple buy the dip. That's it. Buy the dip works on a day trade. This is really just waiting for the correction. Pulls back to the wave, and I was looking for the move to the upside. And we started to get a little bit of it until we didn't. Ran into resistance, and clearly you can see what happened after. So this is how sometimes trades look like they're set up in a great way. They should head higher, looking for at least getting to the swing high that preceded the pullback, and well, it didn't happen. Well, there's 2 ways we can accept this reality, and this wick right here took me out of my gold futures. This wick right here was a loss predicated on what I call a half wave shadow. In other words, I've got a zone identified by the moving averages, and one of my favorite things to do is cut that zone in half and place a stop, and this one just I think we got taken out by 1/10. But the validity was reached, right? I accept it. It's never personal. The market's not out to get me. I just take my loss when I can, not when I have to, right? And that was it. Really nothing more to say than the point of validity, the POV, was reached. The point of validity, and I coined that phrase early on in my career, probably about 15 years ago now at least, because the word stop loss is kind of a meaningless word to so many of us. It's so suggestible, right? We can move a stop loss around. If I'm willing to risk 60 cents, why not 65? Why not 70? Why not 75? But a point of validity, I feel kind of ridiculous arguing with. I have predetermined where the trade is no longer valid. We're there, cut it loose. This was a very, very small stop, right? No harm, no foul. But it was a loss. But I want you to see that we predefined the risk before getting in, and the level got hit. And, a lot of traders, as soon as it's getting stopped out, would say, oh, look at this. Now it's going to go in my favor. And what they really would have done is taken a far bigger loss. I mean, look at this. This is, 3 times, 4 times the size of the loss. That's how small losses, when not acknowledged and traded with discipline, turn into big ones. Okay, so think about that for a moment. $100 a point, and you can see the entry was around 1811.6. No, 1811.8 was the first entry, and the last entry was at the bottom of the wave, closer to 1810.6, I believe. All right, so you can get an idea of when we got stopped out, making a low at 1809.3. All right, do the math. Not a terrible loss. That's the way we want to keep them. But it's a loss all the same. All right, I told you I love talking about losses. I'm going to teach you so much more about talking about losses, because here's the thing. You know why I don't mind to talk about losses? Because I win more than I lose. I always find it interesting where traders don't talk about losses, and the first thing that goes to my mind is, oh, you must lose a lot. All right, so I love talking about losses. That's where I can share what I believe to be the most valuable information about being a trader. Don't blow up an account. Don't risk too much. Don't argue with your stops. Okay, so that being said, I had a small loss in the NAS, loss in gold, and here comes the NAS. That was an opportunity right on the bell that I did not take. But I knew, as you can see down here, downtrend, this is short the rip. So the opposite of buy the dip, which is buying pullbacks in an uptrend, is shorting into rallies, the rips, in a downtrend. Got another chance. NAS was really generous, gave us an aggro opportunity, bottom line of the wave, and shorted into the right here you can see 945 candle for those of you following along at home on your charts. 945 candle, wick the bottom line of the wave, limit order waiting there. Now I'm short. Now what? Well, we have a first target and we actually had a second target as well. First target was hit, second target was hit from top to bottom. I think somebody asked me in my Sector Secrets Mastery, Rog, what was top to bottom? I think it was 156 or 153 points, right? 2 exits. We got breaky. We hit the first target at 12,980, had a trailing at 1355, top to bottom, I believe, cumulatively between, and that was one contract. So multiply that by however many contracts you trade. Look, do I mind taking the small hit in gold? Can you imagine if I let gold go way off into the tall grass? That would undo the great trade in the NASDAQ. So, keep those losses tight and then manage your winners. Once I hit the first target, I didn't scale out and go to, just stop the trade, right? We put in a break-even stop in case the market kept going lower. It did not in this case, but how many times have you seen a first target get hit, small bounce, and then a brand new low? We want to be ready, prepared for that opportunity. In this case, didn't get it. That's okay. Trailing stop, we locked in some profit, walked away with a positive day. That's the way we like to do it. And by the way, this was all before, this happened all before 11 a.m. Eastern. So think about if you can focus on about a 60 to 90 minute window in the morning. What can you do with a disciplined approach? And this is what I want to show you. I hope the walk through the loss helps. Walk through a win, whatever. This is what we're supposed to do. But think about the trailing stop. Are you using trailing stops, right? Are you allowing the trade to work for you on the chance that it can continue? Or are you just still playing a point A to point B game where you get in and you get out and you have to start over from scratch again? That could be frustrating when we have a trend. I hope this helps. I hope that through August you're thinking about keeping with the day trades because it's working. Now I will tell you, one of the things that we're doing in the mastery and in the futures room is we're noticing that sectors and indices are slowly going green, right? Despite all the talk of recession, despite all the talk of, we're going to see some huge downturn in the broader averages, little by little, that list that I've been putting together since last Tuesday is getting longer. And when I mean that list, I'm talking about double green uptrends. I'm looking forward to the fall trading season with you all. If you want to trade with me, you know where to find me. You can join me over at the Sector Secrets Mastery or the Simpler Futures Room. Looking forward to seeing you there. Also, Charts and Coffee, 9 a.m. every morning at the Simpler Trading YouTube channel. Get a feel for how I prepare for the day, what I've got my eye on, ask your questions. It's probably one of my favorite 20 minutes of the day. Be good to each other, gang. I'll see you in the next update. Hey traders, Raghee from Simpler Trading. Thank you so much for watching this video. Be sure to leave a like and a comment below. And remember, subscribe and click the bell icon so you'll get notified of the next update. And when you're ready to join me for live trading, be sure to head on over to simplertrading.com. I'll see you in the next update.